Welcome to Always Moving Forward with Renee.
Moving forward.
Happy Sunday to all. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Be glad and rejoice in it. Welcome to Always Moving Forward with Renee and Friends. My co-host and friends, Lenore and Jackie on this end. Today our topic is more valuable than material things. Proverbs 16th chapter, 16th verse says that having wisdom and understanding is better than having silver or gold. Yes, our topic today is education with a purpose for the upcoming school year. And this is part 2. So, viewers, what you want to do is run and get that pencil. You're going to hear some good information today. But let's introduce our guests. To my right here is Sharon Dennis, who is a native Detroiter and retired Detroit Public Schools Community District Administrator, serving as a specialist, assistant principal, and principal with 32 years with the district. Last year, as I said, she was retired, but last year she came back to work with the district as a math teacher. And she's at high school, Cody. We also have Kia Wilson right here. She hails from Detroit. Miss Wilson attended Eastern Michigan University. She received her bachelor's degree in elementary science education and a master's from Oakland University in counseling. Lakia has 20 plus years of service with the school district. For the past 16 years, she's been at Spain School, which is a pre-K through 8th grade. We also have Lottie Smith, and I'm going to let Jackie introduce Lottie.
Lottie works with Detroit She worked with Detroit Public Schools, and then it changed its name to Detroit Community Public Schools. So she's a teacher at Carver, where Lottie teaches art, and she went to Western University and in Kalamazoo, and she studied dance. And she is an artist, not only in the classroom, but her personal life consists of art also. She works with different community groups, and she does backdrops for a lot of organizations that are doing plays, or they have their fashion show, they need that backdrop that they need to go in, and Lottie creates backdrop. And so backdrops are what is behind stages. Okay, or what you're shooting. When you're shooting a movie or something, you got to have something in the background. So Lottie's really good at art, and she's also had her students' work has been entered into and been on display at the DIA, Detroit Institute of Art, with the Detroit Public Schools art program that we've had for the past 78 years. It might be going on 80 now. But.
Wow, well, you know what? Let me just say this. We have a lot of experience here. We've got the art teacher, not only in the classroom, but outside the classroom. We've got someone who came back to the district, former principal of a high school. Then we have our school counselor here. So that tells you they have a wealth of knowledge. We also have a retired educator sitting at the table with myself, and we have someone who teaches at Wayne County Community College. But we want to dive right into this because we know that school is starting and we want you to be ready that first day. Am I right, ladies?
Yes.
Because we know making that transition from summer vacation and returning to school is a big concern for teachers, the student, and you, the parent. So let's dive in and ask these questions. You got a question there, Lenore?
I do, Ms. Wilson. How do schools support children with different learning styles and needs? Does the school integrate kids with learning disabilities? Do they have like special classes, separate classes? How does that work with the public schools?
So under our new leadership, our special education program has been named the Exceptional Education Department. So our students that have exceptionalities, that have IEPs, they either receive resource room services where the teacher comes into the classroom, they push into the classroom, assist the student with their lesson, work on goals that are in that IEP. They may at times, if necessary, pull the student out, but most times it is inclusive so that the child is not separated from his or her peers. We also have categorical classrooms, which mean that the child could be in the classroom, the exceptionality classroom, most of the day. So we do have those services for students that have an IEP. For students that do not have an IEP, they could have a 504 plan where there are accommodations that are made if they have a major impairment in walking or talking or breathing, some sort of circumstance that impairs them. Otherwise, we have tutors that service our school. The district has gone through a huge mentor matchmaking process. We've just lined up around 5,000 mentors, I believe, to come into the school. I believe each school has some sort of community stakeholder. My school is situated very near Wayne State University. So Wayne State University comes in and they tutor our students that do not have IEPs. So we try to cover all of the students, not just the regular classroom instruction, but we do have tutoring with community stakeholders, the school district. As the school, we do offer after-school tutoring, and then any other resources that we can pull in, we do have it.
Wow, well, that was good, because you answered a couple of questions I had on my sheet. But Jackie, I know you have a question.
Yeah, I do have a question, and this is for either Sharon or Wilson. Kids coming in from out of state or transferring from another school district, what is it that they need and where do they have to go? Because I know they need to bring copy of the transcripts. Okay, so what else do they need to bring with them? The parent need to bring with the student to make sure that they are enrolled into the school.
When students come to enroll, the first thing that they should have is a birth certificate, also shot record, proof of identification, the parent's identification, and some sort of utility bill to verify that address. If the student is homeless though, however, none of that documentation is required. Again, that's when the parent would inform the front office staff, or they would ask to speak with a counselor and let them know privately that they are in a homeless situation, and then that way they would fill out the McKinney-Vento forms, and they don't have to have any of those documents.
Okay, and homeless could be like doubled up?
Yes.
Or, living in their car?
Yes.
With a relative? Okay, so we know what homeless is.
Yes, or a homeless shelter.
Right, or in a shelter, you're absolutely right. And the school needs, a lot of people don't like to let everybody know they're homeless.
Right.
So educators, we must remember to, look at that student, observe, what's going on. But Lottie, tell me
I
this.
just wanted to add one
Okay.
thing, or two things too, but Ms. Wilson said, we'd also like for them to bring a current report card with them, and also know the address of the previous school, if it's out of state especially, the name and address of that school, so that we can research that. Because a lot of times parents enroll the child in the wrong grade, or they place them in the grade that they wish that they should be in. In other words, if they didn't pass, sometimes if they didn't pass the 9th grade, they'll put them in 10th grade and they're still a 9th grader. But if we have that report card, and if we have the address of the previous school, if it's out of state, we can get that information a little bit faster.
And one other thing, if the student has an IEP, the parents should most definitely
Yes,
bring
bring
that
that.
IEP, because
right.
if they're coming from another district, we don't know that they have exceptionalities.
That's right.
The IEP stands for the Individualized Education Plan.
Yes.
Okay, but Lottie, tell me, what does the district have in place for the student safety?
For their safety, well, that's a daily operation. We make sure our school is pretty much safety is open, you can get out. If we have a special situation going on where kids should be somewhat locked away where people can't just walk in and, you know, do what they want to do. We have special codes that we put out, or the office will put out, which will let the teachers will know, okay, lock the doors, close your door, kids be quiet. We'll move them to a particular spot in the room where they're quiet, and we have to stay like that for a certain period of time. Then when it's time to unlock the doors, they'll let us know that special code, and we'll unlock the doors, and the kids can get back into their seats and do the, the right
So in
thing.
other words, we practice. We have practice at our schools. We practice along with the fire drills. We also practice safety drills, and we also practice a lockdown.
Yes.
And we've had several of those at my school previously. So that is another thing. And then we also have posters in the room for safety. Run, hide, tell someone, and then lastly, if you can't do anything else, fight back.
Okay, so parent, you should be a little more eased,
Yeah.
at ease, because the district is doing something
Oh,
about
yeah.
the safety of the student.
I do have one more layer. We do
Okay.
have security guards in every building. I was hoping somebody would mention it. We do have some security guards in every building, as well as all of our buildings are equipped with cameras, and so the
Yes.
buildings are being monitored, not just locally in the school, but central office can
Yes.
also view the cameras as well. We have a new director of public safety in Ralph Godby, who's the former chief of police for Detroit
Right.
Police Department. So we're going in a great direction this
Yes.
school year.
Okay, now you heard that.
Yes.
You heard that from them, so, but tell me this, Miss Dennis, because you're high school. Now, is there a dual enrollment? Because I remember at one time, we had dual enrollment where the student could take classes and attend Wayne County Community College.
Yes.
Tell us about that dual enrollment.
Actually, I had the pleasure of working 2 dual enrollment programs with WC3 when I worked there 2 years ago. If the child takes the class, and it's usually a baby class, like a 101 class, like 101 sociology or anthropology or something like that. It's a basically easy class. The child can take that class, and also they offer a math class because I taught the college math course as well. But it's usually a class that's off after school every other day for 3 hours.
Okay.
And they complete their normal school day, and then they stay there, and the Wayne County community instructor actually comes into that classroom inside of the school, so they don't have to go anywhere or anything. They can stay right there in their own school setting.
Does the student have to be in a certain grade to, be involved in that dual enrollment?
Yes, there is usually 11th and 12th graders.
Okay, 11th and 12th graders. Okay, Lenore?
Yeah, but you could probably share some.
Yeah, I have a question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, geez, because I used to teach dual enrollment.
Yes.
And 10th grade, I know 11, but it's also started at 10th
10th grade now,
Going
okay.
into the classroom, into the school, going to the school, and you have to put their attendance into the computer system so that it can go down to WC3. And also you have to make sure that it's with the school, the Detroit Public Schools District. So, and you need to keep good records to make sure that those students are getting credit, because you know, when you go to high school, they deduct you 3 days absent or stuff, you know, your grades start going down. And Detroit Public Schools also have a policy on attendance, that you have to work with that, and you have to make sure that the assignments meet the criteria of the class that you're teaching. And
Is there a new policy on attendance? Is there a new policy?
We are implementing some new attendance policies. We know that our district attendance record needs great improvement. If you attend the school board meetings, they always post the percentage, and our percentage hovers around 78 to 83, 84 attendance, which is poor because the state says that we should be above 90. So we know that our attendance needs to improve. A lot of times, children are absent due to transportation issues, but then sometimes not. So I just admonish parents in love parents to, if we're preparing children to be successful adults, we need to, if you believe in it, we need to pray with our children and teach them that education is first. This is their job, and they should try to put their best foot forward. A lot of times children can kind of pull the parent's leg and say, oh, I'm sick, I don't feel well, and then they say,
Oh yeah, we've all done it.
oh yeah, oh yes,
We've been there, but you know what? I've got a question about homeschool.
yes.
You know, we have a lot of parents are electing to teach their student at home. Are the students coming back to the school for, you know, I used to call them the fluffy class.
Yes.
For gym, you know, classes like that. Are they still doing that?
I have not seen that since you were with me as my attendance agent.
Okay, that was under my umbrella,
Yes.
homeschooling.
Yes.
I took care of that. for
One of the
district.
things they are doing is that with VOTEC, vocational schools, they are allowing even those outside of the district to come in and take those classes. Things that we created, they open them up for.
Right, that's because the VOTEC centers were built by the state. They were built by the state, so anybody can come into our district and take those classes. Go
I did
ahead.
want to go back to the Wayne County community issue. Any child can go there for free
Oh, okay.
if you graduate from Detroit Public School.
Oh, okay,
And
now
you
that's a
can go
good
to
one.
WC3
Look into that camera and tell them.
I didn't know that.
Look into that camera
Yes.
and tell them.
I'm gonna write that down.
You can go to WC3 for free, and some universities for free if you are a student or a graduate of a Detroit Public School Community District school.
Wow.
So how
Senior
long-
counselor,
So I have a question,
yes.
Sharon. So, like, okay, example. My granddaughter, she's 21 now. She graduated from Cass Tech,
Yes.
went to Wayne State University. She has a student loan. They
Okay.
stopped her education, you understand what I'm saying? Can she go to WC3?
Did
Or
she
is that a whole
attend
different-
Detroit Public School?
Yes, when you graduated from Cass Tech.
Yeah, she went to the Queens. I do know that WC3 is working to build their enrollment up, and they are telling the students to come on in, those who want to come on in, regardless of whatever debt that you
Okay.
owe, okay? And then they have to go. But also they want you to have a 2-point grade point average
Okay.
to.
Well, and that's just a C. 2.0 is just a C, so.
Everybody don't make this.
Well, but I'm just saying, it's not like they're asking for rocket scientists for you to, that's not even on roll. A 2.0 is not on roll.
Okay, now we still talking about the ones to attend Wayne County Community College?
Yes.
Okay, listen, parents, if you're out there, you graduated from Detroit Public Schools and you want to go back to take a class, go.
Go down there.
And
Go.
also seniors.
Seniors can go for
Seniors
free
can
too.
go for free as
Right.
well.
Okay, now, tell me this, what about partnerships with the district? I know you spoke a little bit about it, but Sharon, I think you worked on a committee or something dealing with partnerships?
Well, my school, Cody High School, has an awesome partnership program. We have First of all, a church, Oak Park Church. We have Ford Motor Company, oh, awesome. And then above that, United Way. United Way has stepped in to help Detroit Public Schools like none other. And I really appreciate them because back in the day, I have a brother that was born completely bow-legged in 1958. And my parents received monies from him all the way up until he was 12 years old. They bought braces, the leg braces to straighten his legs because we used to pull him around in a red wagon. He refused to walk. They paid for those braces, and then when he came out of the leg braces, he went into specialized shoes. I remember going down on Washington Boulevard with my parents to have his feet fitted for those special shoes. They paid for those special shoes up until he was 12 years old. So I can't, and back then, they weren't helping African Americans in 1958, but United Way did. So I can't say enough about United Way.
Okay,
And
so
what they're
United
doing
Way is
now-
Dr. Driver. Is that Dr.
Yes,
Driver?
that is
And what
Mary
they're
Ann's
doing
Driver.
now for our students, even now, is awesome.
Okay, so that's to tell you our district is changing.
Yes.
Things are changing. But we know every student is not college bound. So what is the district doing to prepare that student for life? You know, classes we used to have,
We have
sewing, we had, you had what?
We have the Voc centers.
Yeah.
Okay, the Voc Center, but we know everyone does not attend the Voc
Right.
Center. So what is the school doing? What is Cody doing?
We
What is-
are part of the Voc community.
Okay.
Our kids can go to Voc starting at 10th grade. I have
Okay,
students that
everyone
go.
does not attend the
Everybody
Voc Center.
can.
But they-
Everyone
Yes.
can attend, but they do not attend the Voc Center.
But it's
So are
available.
we applying, are we doing something in the school district? You know, in that school, what are we doing to help that student that doesn't go to the Voc Center?
Right.
You know, the Voc Center can only take so many students in a county.
They don't have home economics in school no more anymore.
So if I could jump
Thank
in.
you.
All children in Detroit Public Schools, community district, high schools are eligible to take vocational classes through the career and technical centers if they do not attend CAS and if they do not attend Renaissance. They are in the loop because of their scheduling, and they pretty much have their own programming right there inside of the school. So they don't have the busing for the career and technical centers. But the children that attend Denby or Pershing or Cody or Mumford, wherever they are, Western International, they are able to take those plumbing and electrical,
Auto mechanics, accounting,
culinary
nail
arts,
tech.
culinary arts also.
Okay, but my question is, do I hear you saying the only school that is offering something to the student is the CAS Tech, the Renaissance?
right there in their school.
Okay,
so
they're
if you-
offering it right there in their school, because what you all told me, that anybody can go to the Voc Center, which I know because I taught at the Voc Center.
Right.
That's why I know
So-
about them, but I'm just asking, are the schools offering anything to those students who say, I don't want to go over there to go lightly. I don't want to go over there to random.
So-
You know, is the school offering anything?
So now DSA has a program, we know that's Detroit School of Arts, and so they have television and radio programming right there. They don't have to go outside of the school to a career and technical center. They can get all of their auditioning, their music producing and everything right there in the school. And the reason why the other high schools have to leave their campus and come to the career and technical center is because they don't have the facilities. They don't have the equipment. So if they're going for welding, if they're going for hospitality, or if they're going for homeland security, they have to leave that campus and go to where the facilities and equipment are.
Okay, so like
where
the
that
Mumford
exists.
student, the Cody student, those students will have to leave and go to the Votech Center.
Right, so
Is that
they-
what I hear you
They
say?
attend their home high school in the morning or in the afternoon, and then they go to the Career and Technical Center in the
Right, either in
reverse.
the morning or the
And
afternoon.
let me just say this, this is being done because there's a deficit as far as the experts that can teach this.
Yes.
There's a shortage.
Oh, there's not a shortage, honey, it's just that the district doesn't hire. It's not a
No,
shortage.
there is a.
No, it's not a shortage.
But wait a second, there is a shortage because that's why I'm back. The Senate.
You're back as a math teacher,
Which is
but
a
we're
shortage.
talking about somebody teaching auto mechanics.
But let me say this, if you check the law, there's 2 laws that were passed July 1st of last year. One was for educators to come back in the shortage areas, and one was for the trades instructors to come back. Because there's a shortage statewide.
Okay, Jackie, you were shaking your head.
There's a law, look at the law.
Well, even if you're looking at the law, when you want people to come in and you're not paying them at a price, at a wage that is acceptable to what they learned and what they went to school for and the knowledge they had, you're not gonna get them. Why would they come and work for peanuts when their job skills tell them that they are supposed to be getting paid up here? And I also have to say something about all students couldn't go to Votech unless they just changed it, because if you weren't caring, because before it was open, and then they changed it where them students have to have a 2.5 or above to go to Votech. So if they changed it, they must have changed it within the last couple of years so that they can go. But there was a problem getting into Votech.
But you know what?
But you know what?
I have a
We
problem
have
with that
less
too.
than a minute. Let me say this because we can go on and on and on about this. But again, parents, it's been too long where the student and the teacher has been ignored. That has to stop. Parents, you must get involved. You must bring your voice out. The powers to be, as they are called, should stop spending so much time listening to those so-called experts
Yeah.
and start listening to those who spend the time in the classroom. Teachers, we know how important your job is. We know how important that job is. But parents, we've got to speak up. So what I'm going to say now, thank you. Thank you for everyone being here today. Thank you, our guests. And I want each and every one of you to remember, if you need to call us, dial 313-657-5556 or text me. Text us at GWEALTHS111@gmail.com. So until next week, remember, God loves you and so do we. I hope you enjoy Always Moving Forward with Renee.
Moving forward.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Vicki Winans, and you're watching Bell Global Network.
My name is Mike Duggan, and I'm watching the Bell Global Network.
Hey, keep it locked. It's your boy D. Hattie watching the Bell Global Network. You know how it is.
Hi, I'm Charlie Langton, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
Hi, this is Martha Reeves, and you're watching Bell Global Network.
Hi, I'm Clifton Davis, and you're watching Bell Global Network.